Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Margaret with Marg & Money, and thank you all so much for watching my video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please click the red button below and subscribe. Today we are going to talk a little bit about the baby steps. You have heard me mention in previous videos and in my Instagram posts about the baby steps, and so I thought today I would go a little more into what are the baby steps and deep dive into baby steps 1 and 2, which are the two steps that my husband and I have currently either completed or are working on right now. I want to go back and talk briefly about what is baby step 0. Baby step 0 is to get current on all of your bills. So if you're past due on anything, or if you are in collections, you need to get up to date on that first. My husband and I didn't have to do baby step 0, thankfully. So we were able to start on step 1. So once you get current on all your bills, you can get started on baby step 1, which is to put $1,000 into an emergency fund. I'll tell you a little bit about what all the baby steps are, then I'm going to go back and deep dive in. So baby step 1 is $1,000 in an emergency fund. Baby step 2 is to pay off all your debt using the debt snowball method. Baby step 3 is your fully funded emergency fund, which means 3 to 6 months of your household expenses into a savings account. Baby step 4 is to invest 15% of your income into your retirement. Baby step 5 is to save for college for your kids if you have them. Baby step 6 is to pay off your home early. And baby step 7 is to build wealth and give. The one thing that I love so much about this whole plan, and I'm a giver, that's kind of my spirit. I love that the goal of this entire plan is to be wealthy enough to where you can give back to your fullest potential. Your baby steps that you're climbing to try to get to are to be able to give back more and to the fullest extent that you can with your wealth. It's not just working to make a lot of money so that you can sit on all your money. You're working so that you can make enough money to give back and live a carefree lifestyle and live a happy life. And that's kind of what my husband and I are working towards. So now that you know what all the 7 baby steps are, let's jump back in to baby step 1. So your fully funded emergency fund of $1,000 is very important. There are a couple things you want to remember as you are saving this $1,000. Number 1, you want the funds to be liquid. This is in case an emergency happens. So you don't want to invest it. You don't want to get it tied up to where it's going to take 3 or 4 business days to get back to you. If your car breaks down, you're going to need to get it fixed immediately. You can't wait 4 days. You've got to get to work. So you want to have that money liquid. However, you don't want that money to be so convenient that you're just going to grab it and go spend it. You want to make sure that it's maybe in a bank account. My husband and I do is we actually have it in a savings account that is not linked to a debit card. For us to be able to spend that money, we'd have to transfer it out of the savings into the checking and then be able to use our debit card. So it's not like it's untouchable. It's a little harder for us to get to, and there's no way of us, we don't have the overdraft on it into the savings, so there's no way that we would spend it without knowing. You don't want $1,000 sitting on your kitchen table because you're going to spend it. So be sure and keep it liquid but not readily available. The second thing you want to remember with baby step 1 is that it's only to be used in a true emergency. So you have to really ask yourself, is this an emergency? Emergency is usually like your child has to go to the ER, your car is broken down, your water heater goes out in your house, something like that. That is an emergency. That is what that fund is for. The reason you are going to want this emergency fund is because, as we're going to learn in my next video about budgeting, you're going to operate on a $0 budget, meaning after you pay your bills, after you pay your minimum payments on all your debt, and after you start with the debt snowball, you will have $0 in your bank account because that's how it's supposed to work. And this is going to be super uncomfortable. And that's kind of the point. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're getting real uncomfortable because you want to do this quickly. You don't want to be paying off debt for 10 years. You want to be paying off debt for like 2 or 3 years, depending on how much your debt is. So this encourages you to hurry it up because every month you are going to be budgeted down to the penny. And Dave Ramsey always says, you tell every dollar where to go. So when we budget, we literally tell every dollar where to go. And I'll get more into budgeting in my next video. So baby step 2, once you have your $1,000 tucked away in case of a true emergency, baby step 2 is to start your debt snowball. So I want to quickly explain to you what a debt snowball is. Many of you probably have heard that term before, but you may not be sure what it actually means. Just say you have $10,000 of debt. I wish we only had $10,000 of debt. I will go into more about our debt in another video. But let's say you have $10,000 worth of debt and it's $3,000 on a credit card, $3,000 on a car payment, you know, so on and so forth. Your minimum payment each month is $100 to your credit card and $100 to your car payment. This is all hypothetical, obviously. So after you pay your bills every month, bills being your power bill, your water bill, your mortgage or your rent. After you pay your bills, and then you go into your debt payments, so that's your $100 on your credit card, $100 to your car, etc., etc. As you're paying your minimum payments, whatever you have left over is going to go into your debt snowball because you're now going to be on a budget. So you're not going to be allowed to spend more than $100 a week on your gas. So you're going to have a little more money. I know a lot of you are thinking like, I literally don't have $1 left at the end of the month. Well, you will when I get you on a budget. So your whatever you have left over, say it's another $300, that goes into your snowball. That's what starts your snowball. And you are going to attack your lowest debt. So the first thing you need to do is you need to like take a piece of paper and write down what are your debts, but write the largest one on top and the smallest one on the bottom. This does not matter what your interest rate is. This is your balance owed. So it doesn't matter if your credit card has 18% interest, but your auto loan you got through a credit union and it's only 6%. It doesn't matter. Whichever one is the highest balance, probably your car goes at the top. So you're going to put highest balance at the top, lowest balance at the bottom. And you're going to start paying your debt smallest amount owed to largest. Okay? If you want to know the reasoning into why you do this, you have got to buy the book and read into why. There is a reason. Mainly because it's going to keep you motivated. If you're going to try to chug away at a $27,000 debt as soon as you start, it's not fun. I mean, you're going to get burned out. So you want to do your smallest steps first because you're going to pick up momentum. You're going to say, mark this on the list. You know, I have a $800 medical bill, gone, goodbye. And then, so after you take this extra money, you put it to your smallest debt. You're then going to move your way up the snowball by taking the minimum payment on your lowest debt and working it into the next highest debt. So if you're paying that $100 a month on your credit card, but you've paid off your credit card, you're going to take that $100 that you spent on the credit card and you're going to snowball, you're going to roll it to the next amount. So that's how the debt snowball works. Currently, my husband and I are on baby step 2. So we are in our snowball. We have knocked out $4,100 of debt. That has been several small medical bills that I had from delivering my children. And we were able to just knock those out very quickly. It was like $800 here, $900 there, boom, 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 they're gone. So our debt snowball, we maybe had like 12 things on our debt snowball in the beginning. And now we're down to like 8. Just in 2.5 months. And so it's a great feeling. And you want to keep that momentum going so that you can motivate yourself to keep paying it off. Any extra dollar you have, you need to be throwing to debt. Dave Ramsey says, get mad at it. Like, if you're mad that you're in this much debt, whether it be student loans, whether it be cars, whether it be credit cards, get mad at that debt and use that as motivation to get it paid off quick. You do not want to spend the rest of your life indebted to someone. You want financial freedom. That's what Bo and I want. We are so hungry to be out of debt. So we are throwing every extra dollar we have to debt. And so in my next video, we're going to talk about budgeting. If you have any questions about baby step 1 or baby step 2, please leave them below. Again, I want to be sure and mention I'm not an expert. I do not have a finance degree. This is what I'm doing. I'm taking what Dave Ramsey says in the Total Money Makeover and I'm applying it to my life. So this is all I'm speaking to. I really encourage all of you to buy Dave's book. It is linked below. So go to the link, buy his book. It's like $16 on Amazon. Super small investment. We didn't really have $16 extra to buy the book, but I spent $16 in December on this book, and in March I've paid off $4,100 of debt. So you have got to get the book, read it for more info. This is very high level overview. And in my next video, we'll dive a little bit deeper into baby step 2. And we'll talk about budgeting, all the ins and outs about how we budget, how do we have, $4,100 extra dollars laying around. I'm looking forward to our next video.